Hey there, fellow Spooky Squad. Are you ready to dive into a world of shadows and spectres? Because things are about to get weird. Weird in a good way, I promise. We're talking bona fide ghost hunting gold here, folks. We've scoured the darkest corners of the internet, braved the chills down our spines to bring you 10 times the terror, 10 times the mystery, 10 real ghosts caught on camera. Now, I know what you're thinking. Shane, you've shown me blurry photos of doorknobs before and called them demons. But trust me on this one, these videos, these are different. We're talking full-on apparitions, shadowy figures, things that go bump in the night and then decide to pose for a selfie. So buckle up, grab your holy water, and maybe a flashlight because we're about to go face-to-face with the unknown. You might want to turn on a light for this one, viewers at home. I hear ghosts hate those. Or maybe they love them. I don't know. I'm not a ghost scientist. Let's get started. Our first spooky stop takes us to the backwoods of who knows where, to an abandoned house that looks like it's straight out of a horror movie. I mean, you've got the creepy rocking chair on the porch, the peeling paint, vines that look suspiciously like disembodied hands. It's the whole package. But the real star of this ghostly show is what you see in the window. Now, I'm not talking about some smudge on the lens or a reflection of a tree branch. This is a full-on, semi-transparent figure. You can just make out the shape of a head, shoulders, maybe even what looks like a flowing gown. It's just standing there, motionless, staring out into the void. Or maybe it's staring directly at the camera, we have no way of knowing. Some say it's the spirit of a heartbroken lover forever waiting for their soulmate to return. Others say it's a vengeful entity trapped in the house for all eternity. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a really dedicated cosplayer who got lost on their way to Comic-Con, who knows? Get ready for a serious case of the chills, because this next one takes place in the shadowy depths of an old asylum. I mean, is it even a ghost video compilation if we don't have an abandoned asylum? The answer is no, my friends. This footage, captured by a group of paranormal investigators, shows a long, desolate hallway. You know the vibe. Flickering lights, peeling paint, that distinct smell of disinfectant and despair. As the camera pans down the hallway, you notice something move in the shadows. At first, you might think it's a rat, or maybe a really committed dust bunny. But as the camera zooms in, the shape becomes clearer. It's a humanoid figure, completely blacked out, gliding effortlessly down the hallway. No legs, no facial features, just a pure silhouette of darkness. Is it a residual haunting, a replay of a tragic event from the past? Or is it something more sinister, something that lurks in the shadows, feeding off the negative energy of the abandoned asylum? I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably the latter. Cemeteries at night, peaceful resting places for the dearly departed. Or are they? In this spine-tingling footage, a group of friends decide to explore a cemetery after midnight. I'm already questioning their life choices, but hey, who am I to judge? Armed with nothing but a shaky camera and nerves of steel, they wander through the rows of tombstones, whispering bad jokes and trying to act brave. Suddenly a bright light appears in the distance. Was it a car? Another ghost hunter with a flashlight more powerful than mine? No, my friends. As the camera zooms in, we see the ghostly figure of a young woman dressed in white. She's transparent, almost glowing, and she appears to be gliding through the tombstones. The friends, understandably freaked out, try to follow her, but she vanishes as quickly as she appeared. Was it a real ghost? A message from beyond the grave, or maybe just a really dedicated LARPer with a thing for graveyards? This one's up to you to decide. Chapter 4. Phantom in the Forest. Our next stop takes us deep into the heart of the forest, where the trees whisper secrets and the shadows hold unknown terrors. A hiker, armed with a GoPro and a healthy dose of courage, is documenting their journey through the woods. They're talking about the beautiful scenery, the fresh air, the fact that they haven't seen another human being in hours, when suddenly the camera catches something moving in the background. It's a tall, slender figure partially obscured by the trees. It's moving silently, almost gracefully through the undergrowth. The hiker, oblivious to the spectral stalker, continues on their merry way. Some say it's a Bigfoot. Others say it's a shape-shifting creature of Native American lore. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a really dedicated birdwatcher who's really good at camouflage. We may never know. Chapter 5. Specter on the Staircase. Get ready for some classic haunted house vibes, because this next video takes place in a creepy old mansion with a history. I'm talking centuries of dust, cobwebs the size of small dogs, and probably at least one secret passage. A group of paranormal investigators decided to spend the night because who needs sleep anyway when you can potentially encounter a restless spirit? They set up cameras all over the house, including one pointed at the grand staircase. As the night wears on, we hear the usual creepy noises, floorboards creaking, wind howling through the cracks, maybe even a blood-curdling scream or two. But then something truly chilling happens. A white, misty figure descends the staircase, seemingly floating down the steps. It has no legs, no face, just a vague humanoid shape. Is it the former lady of the house still clinging to her earthly domain? Or maybe a mischievous spirit who likes to play pranks on unsuspecting ghost hunters? Chapter 6, Poltergeist Activity. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get messy. This next video showcases some of the most convincing poltergeist activity ever caught on camera. We're in a seemingly normal suburban home where a family has been experiencing some very unusual and very unsettling events. Doors slamming shut on their own, objects flying across the room, disembodied voices whispering threats. It's enough to make you want to move and leave no forwarding address. The family, desperate for answers, set up cameras around their home, hoping to capture evidence of the unseen force tormenting them. And boy, did they get what they were looking for. In the living room, a lampshade shakes violently before being flung across the room. In the kitchen, cabinet doors open and slam shut as if an invisible chef is preparing a ghostly meal. Drawers open and close, a chair spins on its own axis, and the family dog cowers in the corner. Is it a mischievous spirit, a demonic entity, or just a very elaborate prank? You be the judge. Chapter 7. Spirit in the Mirror. Ah, mirrors, portals to other dimensions, reflections of our souls, or just really good for checking your teeth. This next video explores the creepy side of mirrors, the side where reflections move on their own and disembodied faces stare back at you. We're in an antique shop because, well, nothing good ever happens in an antique shop after dark. A security camera captures a lone figure standing in front of a large, ornate mirror. The figure is obscured by shadows, but you can tell they're wearing a long coat and a hat. They appear to be talking to their reflection, which is weird enough, but then things get really strange. The reflection starts to move on its own. It turns its head, smiles creepily, and even reaches out from the mirror as if trying to grab the person standing in front of it. The figure, understandably freaked out, stumbles back and the reflection vanishes. Was it a ghostly apparition trapped in the mirror? A demonic entity trying to cross over, or just a really good special effect? Attics. They're dusty, they're cramped, and they're usually home to a family of spiders and at least one creepy doll that mysteriously moves around on its own. In this video, a homeowner decides to venture into their attic to look for some old Christmas decorations. Armed with a flashlight and a healthy dose of apprehension, they navigate through the maze of boxes, cobwebs, and forgotten memories. As they're rummaging through a trunk full of old clothes, they catch a glimpse of something out of the corner of their eye. A tall, shadowy figure is standing in the corner of the attic, partially obscured by the darkness. The homeowner, understandably terrified, drops their flashlight and runs for their life. Was it a burglar, a figment of their imagination, or something more sinister lurking in the shadows of their attic? You decide. Hotels. They've seen it all: love affairs, breakups, wild parties, and maybe even a ghostly encounter or two. This next video takes place in a hotel room that's rumoured to be haunted by the ghost of a heartbroken bride who took her own life there decades ago. A couple, unaware of the hotel's dark history, checks into the room for a romantic getaway. They're unpacking their bags, laughing, and completely oblivious to the unseen presence in the room with them. As the night wears on, strange things start to happen. The lights flicker, the temperature drops, and the couple hears strange noises coming from the bathroom. They try to brush it off as their imaginations, but then things escalate. The bathroom door slams shut on its own, the TV turns on and off, and the sheets are ripped off the bed while they're sleeping. Was it the ghost of the heartbroken bride, jealous of their love, or just a series of unfortunate coincidences? You decide. And for our final dose of terror, we descend into the depths of a basement. Why are basements always so creepy? Is it the darkness, the dampness, the fact that they're usually unfinished and look like a serial killer's workshop? This footage, captured by a security camera, shows a basement that's been outfitted with motion sensors. Why? Because the homeowners have been hearing strange noises, feeling cold spots, and generally feeling like they're being watched. The camera is pointing at a set of stairs leading down into the darkness. For a while, nothing happens. Just the eerie glow of a single light bulb and the sound of silence. But then the motion sensor is triggered. Something is down there in the darkness. Something that moves slowly, deliberately, as if it's aware of the camera and doesn't care. We catch a glimpse of it as it moves past the bottom of the stairs. A tall, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. It pauses for a moment as if staring directly at the camera, and then it's gone. Was it a demon, a monster, or just the neighbor's cat with really good night vision? The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind. So there you have it, my fellow ghost enthusiasts. 10 chilling videos that prove that sometimes the things that go bump in the night are more than just creaky floorboards and overactive imaginations. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying that these videos send a shiver down your spine. They remind us that there are still mysteries in this world that we can't explain, things that defy logic and reason. Do ghosts really exist? Are these videos proof of the paranormal? Or are they just clever hoaxes designed to scare us? The answer, my friends, is up to you. Just remember, the next time you're home alone and you hear a noise, it might not be the wind. Sweet dreams.